Yay Networks.
What's up, y'all? Yo, we back.
We are back, and I'm so excited about this conversation. Let's just continue from last week.
Yeah, let's do it.
You were saying, Big Papa just left an indent in his chair because he's just silent because he was so tired of being shot down over and over again. Mm-hmm. And then there's people like you who refuse.
I refuse
to sit in an indented chair forever.
I will turn that chair over.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Because it's true. I will flip that whole chair over.
He will flip the whole chair
Sure would.
and the whole couch over.
So the whole couch.
If he's not, but it's healthy now. We're not toxic. It's not toxic anymore, baby. You have to admit you're healthier. You're much healthier than you've ever been.
I'm still healthy, and I'll still flip the couch over.
Okay, but you're respected and loved in our home.
Absolutely.
You have to admit.
I have absolutely no need to do that right now.
Right now? Wait, what?
What? What are you talking about?
You said no need right now. Does that mean tomorrow you will?
Is that really what goes on inside of a woman's
Isn't
head?
it, Riley?
My God.
We take a piece of what you said and we'll run around the corner down the block.
Funny. It's funny how you'll take a piece of that.
Come on.
But then when y'all say something, you can't remember anything that y'all said.
So crazy, right?
It's so crazy how y'all's memory is so good to pinpoint even the minuscule thing from a sentence that meant absolutely nothing. But as soon as it's time to take accountability for your own words,
hold on.
You can't remember
nothing. Baby, I don't take
up?
Accountability for my own words.
Oh my gosh, this is not, babe, listen, we're talking in generality.
Okay.
This is not just about you. Oh my God.
Okay.
Because now, in my head, I'm thinking about all the conversations I've had with my friends.
That's fair.
With their wife,
that's fair.
Babe.
I just want some flowers because I'd be trying real hard to make sure you're loved and respected up in our house. That's all.
Oh, we ain't got no problem. But this is what I'm saying. My homies, man, when they hit me, my married guys, they're all frustrated.
Yeah.
They're all frustrated.
Because they want to lead somebody who doesn't want to be led.
She don't want to be led.
But can I say something? I remember the first 2 years of our marriage, you made it very clear, probably the first 10, that it's very difficult to lead you. You kept saying it's very difficult to lead you. And I was thinking it's very difficult to trust that you can lead me. That was my struggle because now I feel like, oh, you're great. You're a great leader. It's fine. You know what I mean? But I feel like you have to let your relationship mature to that place. And I feel like that's why some couples get older and they don't fight. We don't fight anymore. Think about it, babe. I was talking about that last night. We don't argue and stuff anymore. Not like we used to.
But there's a reason why. We created a culture of care in our house.
Yeah.
Because we started out with a culture of control. We could talk about that more next week.
Yeah.
But we created a whole culture of care inside of our house. So that's the reason why we don't have to argue anymore.
We don't.
Because there's healthy
respect. You have my back.
There's everything.
I have my back. You have my back. I have your back.
Out of the heart. Out of the abundance of the heart.
So you take one word and you run with it? I'm just kidding.
Well, go ahead.
But no, seriously, I feel like everybody has the power struggle in the beginning. But if you can give your relationship time to mature, to figure it out, then it's not going to be as hard.
Maybe these Negroes still got the power struggle. Because here's the thing.
How long they been married?
But it doesn't,
if it's under 10, I don't want to hear it.
But baby, you made a decision to trust me.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's what it is. It is a decision.
Yeah.
Whether you are year 6, whether you are year 3, whether you are year 1, whether you are year 10, that is a decision. And the problem that we have is that we're constantly saying we need more time because we refuse to take accountability. I want to say this too. We refuse to take accountability for our own work and for the work we need to do inside of ourselves. Because for some reason, in this day and age, in this society, it's all about let me have expectations on what somebody else needs to bring to the table when we don't know how to cook. It's like you want this person to come to the table in a relationship or friendship, marriage, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You want this person to come to the table already ready-made, but you jacked up. You tore up from the flow up. You know what I'm talking about? It's like that's problematic to me.
Yeah, it is. I think it's easier to focus on your spouse other than your own issues, right?
And people, we don't take responsibility. We don't take accountability.
No,
for
I
ourselves.
agree. I think if you want to have a better relationship and not fight as much, is you have to work on yourself. I started to learn to trust and respect you when I went to Living Waters. I went and took the Healing the Heart, and I did the intensives, and
You started working on you.
I went to therapy. I was seeing my
distrust
therapist.
is a deeper issue.
Of course. It's almost like, it's like this. It's like, okay, so you come into marriage here, right? This is where I meet you, but I have all this trauma, right? From this water bottle. If you're just tuned in, I'm holding up a water bottle and it's halfway full. And it's like I meet my husband at the top, right? But I have all this crap underneath that needs to be healed and cleaned up. And it's hard because it's like you come in and you're like, well, just make the decision. It's like telling an addict, make a decision to stop doing drugs. It's like, no, I need help. I need deeper rooted help. And I think we're busy. We have kids, we have family, we have bills, we have inflation. And people are like, I can't afford all that. I can't do all that right now. Like, I know I need to work on myself, but it's not in the budget. Like, so I feel like we just feel defeated and we stay in this cycle, this circle.
Read a book.
I understand. But
Read a book.
But even then, when you just feel so worn out about life, you're not trying to listen to no audiobook. You're not trying to add anything else because you have no more capacity to add anything else because you're worn out on life.
And I get that. And stay worn out on life. Just don't put expectations on other people or on the potential person to work on themselves when you're not going to put the same effort into working on yourself. Yeah. So give that other person the same amount of grace. Like lower your expectations drastically. Because you ain't made it. Like you have an attitude problem. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. You don't like the way you look. You gossip. You backbite. You slander. Like acknowledge where you are. Then acknowledge the fact that you don't want to work on yourself, regardless of whatever excuse it is that you have. You don't have time. You don't have money. You don't have energy. You don't have anything.
Both sides have excuses.
But all I'm saying, and I'm not talking about women or men here. I'm talking about both sides.
General,
In general, if you don't want to work on yourself, acknowledge that. But then don't be putting these unjust expectations on this person that comes into your life to be ready-made, to be this man of God or this woman of God that you think that they're supposed to be, or this, I'm looking for somebody who's just like this, who got a good attitude, when your attitude sucks.
I feel like there's different seasons for your relationship. Like I felt like we were in a season at one point of what felt like a holding pattern. It just, we weren't going up, we weren't going down. We were just holding and we were just surviving. And I felt like we were kind of in survival mode. And I'm so glad that we didn't land the plane and give up when it got hard, when we were in that holding pattern, and that we kept going forward and working on ourselves and trying and applying and learning and figuring it out.
Working on ourselves.
But at the end of the day.
That's the big piece, babe. Like the fact that we took time. Remember, we were trying to do all the marriage counseling, stuff like that, sitting down with other people to talk to both of us about our stuff. And honestly, I'm going to go in and say it. I hated it. I hated going. Most of the guys that I talked to, wives were always like, well, I want him to go to marriage counseling with me. He don't want to go. I'm going to tell you why he don't want to go. Because it seems like every time we sit down to have a conversation with somebody else, they usually prefer to take the side of the woman. This is something that she needs to work on. And then we leave thinking there is no accountability. She's not taking accountability for what she has to do. And this therapist or whoever this person is still telling me more stuff I got to do. And I'm just supposed to smile and say, okay, cool. But she ain't taking accountability for her own junk. So men don't want to go. Men don't want to do it. So every time we did that, it was like, we finally decided, okay, you going to work on you? I'm going to work on me. As we continued to do that, we both got healthier. Then our relationship got better. Then our marriage got better. Then our family got healthier and our family got better. I don't feel like, whatever excuse it is, people not like trying to throw themselves into really working on themselves. I get it. You ain't got no money. You ain't got no time. You tired. You all these things. But this is my thing. If you got 3 hours to give to a Netflix special, you can put 20 minutes to work on an audiobook. You can, when you clean the house, you turn the audiobook on and you figure out how to get that crap up out your life. Because if you don't want to do that, then forego relationships right now. Just stay single, like legit. Because people out here ruining, just stay single. Just stay single, bruh. Stay single. You don't work on yourself, just stay single. Do you travel, live good, buy you some clothes, buy you some fresh sneaks, go to restaurants every now and then, mix, mingle. But just chill. It's
almost like when you go onto that dating app, you have to ask yourself, am I ready to start doing the work? Because whoever I meet is going to require some type of effort or work or compromise, or Because if you think about it, both sides want to be seen. Both sides want to feel heard. You know, it has to be like equal in that sense. You know what I mean? And I feel like so many people get so excited about the fantasy of the relationship, but they don't understand it starts the second, you know, you get married. Like that's when the real work starts.
When did the fantasy end for you?
Probably about year 7.
Dang, golly. You tell me I was with you for 7 years living in a fantasy?
Yeah. Year 7, I was like, oh, okay. Like, this is real. Like, this is, because you have to understand, when we got married in 2010. And back then, people were not transparent and open and honest about where they were and how hard their marriage was and the struggles they went through.
Yeah.
People just got divorced and
Yeah.
you didn't know what, where, how, or when. Like you were just, even leaders, everybody just seemed happy, right? And then all of a sudden they're divorced. And so I feel like we started the very honest conversation online about transparency and being honest about where we are and what happens. And I feel like as I began to just be honest with myself, like, okay, you got to let go of that fantasy. You have to let go of that idea. Like I thought we were never going to fight. And every time that we fought, like I never saw my parents fight. Not once. I never saw my dad raise his voice at my mom. I never saw them argue. I mean, my mom would get onto him about his food because he ate super unhealthy. But that was the most I think I ever saw. So I'm thinking I'm going to grow up in a very peaceful, non-toxic environment where we're never going to argue. We're never going to get upset at each other. We're never going to get mad at each other. Like it's just going to be happy all the time and peaceful all the time. Although I know my parents had conflict, they just didn't show it in front of us. So I think by year 7, I'm like, okay, I'm not my parents' marriage and it's okay. Like this is my marriage. Like this does not look like theirs and it's okay. But my marriage is still great. It's still good. I have an amazing family. And I can take pieces of the good parts of what I saw about my parents' marriage, but I have to have my own.
Right.
I have to create my own path. Right. But yeah, it took me a few years to like let go of the expectations that I had in my head.
Wow. And it's crazy because like, I mean, I can't say I didn't come in with no expectations.
Oh, you had a lot of expectations.
Hold on. A lot is a big word.
Okay,
a
so
lot is a big
he
word.
showed me a picture of a
words,
55-year-old first lady and said, "I want you to wear
they were
a
St.
blouse
John's outfits
up to here, covering everything."
It was like her head was blooming.
That's what he said. And I want you to wear the long skirts.
I didn't say long.
I want you to
It was
cover
not
up
a long
everything.
skirt. No, it's not. That is not what I said.
And
babe.
you know what I wanted to do?
I said, don't you think St. John's dresses are nice?
No,
That's all
St. John's are old. No, I did
That's
not
all I
want
said.
St. John dresses.
I said St. John dresses.
I remember this one time.
I wanted to buy her pearls because I saw.
I'm not a pearl girl. I'm sorry.
I thought pearls were classy. So I was like, I really want you to wear pearls.
So he made me feel like I was not super classy and I was a little ratchet. And I was.
Yeah, I agree with that. I did. I made you feel that way.
He
the roles have
definitely
definitely reversed now.
He was definitely the more.
I was clean cut, wore a suit every
keeper,
day, keep the rules.
And then he's just like, you know, and mind you, he was like 20. So I'm just like, what the heck? You know,
what does me have to do with being 20?
My 23-year-old husband is telling me I need to cover up more. Like, I remember we were courting, funny story. I had on this dress and it was V-neck and it was like a brown V-neck and I have a bra on because I don't like bras. Still don't like bras to this day. And you were like, you need to put a bra underneath. And I was like, I don't have cleavage. I'm like a B cup. Like, I'm not massive. You know what I mean? You were like, but I think it would be good if we're out and about and you put like a bra, like one of those bandeau bras. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So... yeah.
That ain't me no more. I'm like, yo, wear what you want. Do what you want.
But those were the expectations you had of me.
Because we had a culture of control. I felt like it was born out of that religious mindset. It was like law. This is how it should look. This is how it look. This is how it should look. And then we both figured out like this is not who we are. We're unhappy doing this. This is fake. This is phony. We're not these people. We just gonna be ourselves. And we start being ourselves. We was like, yo, we Gucci in this thing. But I think we should talk about that culture of control, culture of care, and talk about what it means to like be one house. And how
I love that.
And we can talk about that next week.
So speaking of like being ourselves, are you going to finally send me those nudes? I told him to send me nudes and he's not sending me nudes. And I'm like, when are you going to start sending me nudes? Baby, why are you looking at me like that? So I've been snapping pictures of him. Is that inappropriate? Like without your consent?
That's what we do. That's what we do. No.
He's like, Heather, you never want your pictures in the World Wide Web. You don't want them on your computer because people could get them or they could hack in or something. And I'm just like, just send me nudes, babe. You just look so great naked. Okay, that's all.
That's what we doing. All right. I peep game.
Baby.
No. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. That's what we golly.
Baby, I gave you a compliment.
No, I appreciate the compliment.
Okay.
Appreciate the compliment.
Okay.
I mean, you look great. You look
Thank
great.
you, babe.
Cool. I'm like, you should take a picture of my head because, you put them pictures on your phone and all of a sudden somebody is
That's true. Maybe I
traveling.
should delete those pictures. I'm kidding. I don't have any pictures.
All right, everybody. Well, we thank you so much for joining us to this mature audience only episode. And I'm just playing, y'all. We love y'all for real.
Yeah, let's continue this
Check
conversation.
in with us. We're going to talk about one house next week.
Next.
Y'all want to get in on this? Hey, bro. Well, we love y'all. Introducers. We out this piece. Bye.